Hello teacher, I'm Papatsara Channa. My student number is 6612113039. Today I will tell you the story of the Black Death, how did it happen and why called the Black Death. I will tell you. If you're ready, go. The Black Death was the name people gave a terrible disease called the bubonic plague. It spread for 2 years in Europe, from 1347 to 1349. 25 million people died. It was 1/3 of all Europeans. It's very a lot. Farms and villages were left empty. Cities came to a stop. University, school, banks or shops closed. How did it happen? Okay, start in 1300. In Europe, there were no cars, trains, machines. People made everything by hand, clothing, shoes, food, or tools by hand. And of course, no internet, telephone, television, no newspaper. The news traveled by word of mouth, one person to another. And it was usually bad news. Violence was a part of everyday life. Robberies and murders were common. People often died from accidents and illness. In the early 1300s, the weather was colder and wetter than usual. It made farmers in many countries often couldn't grow enough food to eat for their families. So many people went into the cities. After that, the cities became more crowded and unhealthy. Everyone else lived in dark and crowded little houses, and in city very dirty, had many bacteria. All the waste was thrown into the streets and rivers. This was one reason why the plague spread so easily. This disease was caused by bacteria. Many people got sick from drinking the dirty water, waste in the streets, and because of the rats. There were many rats, and there ran free on the streets in and out of houses. The bacteria that caused the disease were carried on virus that lived on rats. Yeah, the plague started in China in the early 1300s. At that time, we had many rich traders from Europeans like to buy silk and spice from Asia, especially in west from China. That was how the rats that carried the disease probably traveled by ship. Okay, by 1347, the plague had reached the country around the Black Sea in Eastern Europe by Italy ship. In October of those year, it stopped at the Black Sea, and after it arrived to the Messina in Sicily. Many sailors were dead. A few days later, people in Messina were sick too. They solved the problem too slowly. The plague had arrived in Italy. For 2 years after that, the disease spread north through Europe, village by village, town by town. But Poland and Lithuania stayed free of the disease. No one knows why. Okay, when the plague arrived in a town, what happened? People got sick and died within 3 days, very fast within 3 days, and it was a horrible death. The first signs were black lump around the neck and all the place. That's why it was called the Black Death. And then was high fever and blood, and finally they died. No one understood what was happening or why. Many people thought it was a punishment sent by God. and older doctors believed it was caused by a bad smell. They told people to keep flowers and use perfume, but there was no way to help a sick person. People were terrified. Someone didn't let anyone in homes, but fleas and rats can went in and out of ways. Older people ran away from the city into the country. Yeah. And in some towns in Germany and France, they blamed the Jews. They said the Jews had put poison in the water. They were very angry, and they set fire to house and killed whole family. In 1349, 200 Jews were burned to death. In those years, many Jews moved east to Poland and Lithuania. The disease died out in 1349, but it didn't disappear completely. The last big outbreak was the Great Plague of London in 1665, when about 10,000 people died. After that, there were smaller outbreaks in several countries until the early 18th century. In other parts of the world, however, the plague continued to be a problem. For example, between 1855 and 1929, outbreak of the plague killed over 12 million people in India and China. For today, I think the Black Death probably not kill millions of people, because now we understand how the disease is carried and we can stop it from spreading. And now we have modern medicines. However, today new disease can suddenly appear. Please live your life carefully to escape from this disease, to be with the person you love for a long time. For today, I will say thank you, teacher, for listening and watching. Bye bye, teacher.